love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stare, just level up. Aftermath, when I hate, I attack. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stare, just level up.
And this is a clear example why I say everyone who's watching, who's not in the community yet, should definitely join the Patreon, should definitely join the Discord, because what you're seeing on the screen is literally the drawing we had in today's morning hangout. I hope you can hear me. I hope the sound is good. I hope not effing up. So hello everyone. First of all, Walter S., Alexi, Wasaka, Wadna. Ooh, that's some poisonous serious name right there. Special Outcomes, Stonks, Damien, Blackberry, Leo, Stonks, Gene, Sky, Gene, Alexi. Special Outcomes, Stonks again, Leo, Coda, John, Leo, of course, Gene, Bob, Bab. That's interesting. Vasilian, good to see you. Vasilian, I haven't seen you here in some time. Good to see you, brother. All right, so boys and girls, this is the actual drawing we spoke about today. We had a hangout. We have every day we have a hangout. At least I try to have a hangout every day on the market open. Sometimes half an hour earlier with the members, talk about what my expectations are. Sometimes draw on the chart, explain, get the members prepared. Sometimes I make a video and break things down, and so far, as you can see, the price action worked out as expected. We were talking about the market correcting and closing that gap we opened up today sooner than later. And the real question, which I'm going to tackle right now, I know a lot of viewers want to know the answer to that question, whether we have what it takes to close the gap above us, right? That was kind of the consensus, whether we're going to end up closing that gap first and then completing to the upside so we can then fill into 54.24. Very good question by many of the viewers, many of the Academy members. Everyone was asking that. And I was saying that yes, it is far more likely that we will later down the line will have the momentum that is necessary to close the gap. But it will be more evident when we actually close the current gap that we said we're going to have the one that we've generated overnight close first. The problem is the market is so bearish, it's getting carried away, sort of a little bit of that slippage. But let's go over the time frames as we do every day and see whether we still have, because remember, the bulls are not sitting idle while this is going on. If they would, it would be just dropping like a rock. What you see is the outcome of the bulls spending their bullish momentum, their money, to fight the bears, and this is still the outcome you get. You understand? It's very crucial, very important. And so at this stage, do the bulls have enough what they need in order to reverse the market and start pulling back up to 54.24 range, right? So let's go over the time frames and see whether they do really have it. I'm sorry, by the way, boys and girls, today is going to be a sort of a short one. I'm not sure I can promise we're going to do a lot of tickers. Don't bombard with tickers yet. It's going to be pointless. In fact, I'm going to ignore those who post right now. And when I'll say we're going to get to that, hopefully I'll have enough time. I have another session right after the live, so I cannot promise anything. We'll see. So 5 minutes is where things start to get interesting, is where we sort of start to cook. 1 minute is sort of irrelevant. It's going to flip over back and forth many times, even though it's going to show us a little bit, to the left, a little bit to the right, so to speak. No, not to the left, as you imagine. I mean, up and down. So 5 minutes seems to be having convergence and more bearish and actually continuing to, this is horrible. This is just bad. It just says the market will be continuing downwards with this pressure. Could be, let's see how the 30 minutes is showing. It could be that this 5 minute is showing a hint of an attempt to fall back to 48 handle area. If at some point, I'm going to be glad if I'll get my stochastic RSI back. There we go. Still very bearish. 30 minutes definitely confirms, and I would say since this is a longer time period, it definitely confirms the potential of breaking back to 4,800, retesting it again, that very same level. Some would argue we never tested it. Yes, we might as well consider this a retest of that level. So 4,800 is our nearest destination when it comes to the 30 minutes. No one says that's exactly fully certain. Let's see what the 45 minutes say. Do they reassure us that we have a longer duration of more continuous bearish momentum, right? More depreciation of price. Pretty simple. Hopefully at some point there today, boys and girls, I know I spoke to some of you today. I know TradingView is not behaving well. I'm sorry. I don't own the company. I still do recommend them as the best charting platform in the world. I would love to have a sponsorship with them. TradingView, wink wink, please. TradingView, sponsorship, wink wink. I think we can help each other out a lot. You probably don't care about me, but we have this is more bearish, and so we are continuing. We are below the 50 range, which is tremendously important. That means we're now in truly bearish territory, so that confirms that 48.18 or 48.08 definitely proper confirmation for the continuation of that movement. So as you notice, we are struggling to find what we need in order to confirm that the market still has any bullish momentum to complete that movement up, retest, and subsequently close this gap, maybe near this gap. We'll see what we can find, right? We're going simply by what the market is giving us, not by any of our biases, not what I have in my portfolio, not how I feel today, none of that stuff. Currently bearish at face value, but we are still seeing some curvature that's going on. Pardon me. It's not as steep as we normally would expect. It's sort of taming down and becoming a little bit more so flattening, if you will. Why are we saying that? Because if we're going to zoom in, we're going to realize that from up close and personal, first of all, it's not as steep, right? The angle itself is not as steep as we normally would have it. It kind of is starting to curve right upwards. You can see that via the convergence, the potential convergence of the forces. What can that mean in the hourly? It simply can mean that we will have a retest and a convergence and a divergence of the forces, giving the bullish pressure dominance, right? The K dominance, the green line, if you will, allowing some movement to the upside, retest at 8 as we're familiar, and a continuation to the downside. So there is maybe a hint, a fragrance of a correction to the upside, maybe. Let's see what the 4 hour says, right? Because objectively, remember, that bearish momentum that we saw on the smaller time frames will print once it prints on the price action, the stuff that we see that is in the barrel, will print and will affect how this looks like as well. So if we're going to have, if that bearish momentum is significant enough to overturn this, in fact, consider this canceled, and basically we're just simply continuing downwards with this downwards pressure, although we had some potential flattening there. Potential, but it's just because I'm so very meticulous to detail, and I'm not going to ignore what potentially may end up being a corrective movement of sorts. Another thing we want to be attentive to, one second, is the fact of the matter that at 4 hours we've been hugging the bottom, and as you can see, both of our forces are completely squeezed out to the max. Since we are in oversold, we take a dominance of the bearish momentum, because if it changes over, what we will see is we're going to see the green number pick up, even if by a fraction, even if merely by a 0.1, doesn't matter. The point being, once this will see some potential of becoming more bullish, we'll see this green number overtaking, the red number will remain at 0, and slowly then lagging behind the K, the green number, right? So if we're looking objectively at this, given more bearish momentum, I can easily tell you we are going for a retest downwards and not a corrective movement upwards. Right now, the market is pointing downwards, not upwards. Just to be clear, on all the time frames, it just had a little bit of a hesitation there on one of the smaller time frames. I think it was the, what was that, the hour, 45 minutes or somewhere there. But overall, it is still very bearish. Again, so 1 day, very significant time frame, because it does show us the potential of the rest of the week, since this week we still have quite ways to go, right? We still have Wednesday, we still have Thursday, and we have Friday. Because of that, that means we are potentially looking right now already into the several upcoming sessions before the weekend comes. This is currently actively at face value bearish, in bearish territory, right? Because oversold. Can this overturn, given that we are seeing the forces moving towards each other, potentially kind of closing on each other? But no, be attentive, this is flattened with 0. And if this now matches, the further more bearish it becomes, actually what we will see, basically this is not bullish by any means until we see the green number overtake the red one. It is as simple as it gets. Until that happens, or we see clear-cut confirmation of the green force, basically that K line moving above, taking dominance, forget about it, okay? Now, so basically bearish as well. Guess what? Also very bearish at face value. Again, currently you're seeing dominance of the bearish momentum, right? On the weekly, that allows us to assume that the following rest of the week and maybe even the beginning of next week still bearish, right? So we're not seeing any momentum that may hint at a corrective movement at 54.24. Like I said in the earlier session with the members today, I said openly, although some of the technical indicators on some of the time frames are indicating bullish momentum, I am not able to see it. What I'm able to see, if anything, is a breakdown, potentially a corrective movement, which I will be able to identify clearer once we get down the line, because we did see some bullish momentum in the barrel for later, sort of in the more larger time frames, potentially something that will print bullish. But we had said that what we need to do is go through the price action in the following hours. So whatever that is over the horizon will become clearer. And now that we're doing exactly that, guess what we're finding out? We're finding out that all that bullish momentum was basically a lie, and everything we're getting throughout all the time frames is extremely bearish. So my conclusion is, say goodbye to 5400. We're not going to see it. 53 is currently out of the picture as well. 52, if things will switch over once meeting 48, still not completely out of the realm of possibility. 5,000 is definitely a very strong support and resistance level, which I currently do not have on my chart for some reason, which I should be having. And that level probably will get retested again and again and again due to its nature. I'm not going to be surprised if we do end up retracing higher again. We will end up retracing to 5,000 and not any higher. Well, still, of course, with some slippage. Give it 5,050, kind of, if you will. Although, do I really have to point out that it appears to be a lot more bearish? And I was warning my members to why I personally would not take any bullish positions right now, although there is a potential wave of corrective movement. I will not. Why? Simply because the market's natural direction right now, the rhythm, the trend is your friend kind of mentality, is downward. So you don't try to catch those tiny little in-betweens that may result with you losing a lot more than gaining a lot more. So very bad idea. Another important thing, all of you viewers, don't like, dislike, whatever, smash one of them. It is goddamn free. You don't like what I'm saying, you dislike my face, you dislike my hair, you dislike my something else, feel free, dislike, I don't care. If you do like and appreciate what I'm doing, definitely definitely subscribe, definitely join the community. Right now, the Patreon prices are at 50% discounted. Do not miss out on that, because soon, I think within a couple of weeks, I will be reinstating the old prices. That means anyone and everyone who signed up right now gets to keep the old price, which is 50% discounted. I'll show you what I mean in a second, if you don't mind. Give me a sec. I will show you exactly what I mean. I mean that if you are joining Discord right now, Patreon, so you can join Discord and hang out with us and hear my beautiful voice, telling you all about the stock market in the morning. It will cost you $10, just $10, and even you can get it at $9 annually, or $18. So for the advanced tier, so you can get to participate. This tier gives you one membership meeting exclusive for the community a week. This tier gives you two meetings a week. That one plus another exclusive one that is a little bit more in depth and sophisticated with all the extra tools, bells and whistles, right? Also, those who will sign up will retain this price even when it will be brought back up. So right now, this is a $20 tier. Now it's 10. This is a $40 tier. It's 20. Definitely join. You'll then be in the know, and then things like that will not surprise you, because you can ask the community members that are in the chat right now, did I or I did not predict all of that? And was this the drawing in the morning? Have we spoke about this? Have we broke down how I'm seeing the market is far more bearish than bullish? And so this outcome for us is not surprising whatsoever. In fact, while I was starting this, I was already getting messages from my members in the community telling me how they are appreciative of all the help and the info that given them, that led up to them not bleeding as badly or doing other smart things with their portfolio that resulted with them either not losing, saving, or even making money. Again, the same way I do not take credit for the failures of my members, I will not take credit for their success. It's just their success of listening, learning, paying attention, being in the community, asking questions, very important, joining the members' meetings when we have them, lives, all that beautiful stuff. Make sure you ring the bell so you'll be fully informed. I'm probably a moron and talking, no, I was actually showing all of this. Oh my God, I thought I'm a moron and I'm not showing. Again, how to join, patreon.com/investory. Now, back to this. Remember, none of this is financial advice. It's just a dude on the internet rambling. Just a dude who's somehow able to predict the market again and 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 again. Now, we were on MA Weekly. I see all sorts of interesting comments right there. SPX. That was SPX, correct. We were covering SPX, Mikey. Question they're seeing filling the gap on SPY. Stop talking to me. Oh, SPY. Okay. That's what you corrected this SPX. Okay. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I was about to get mad. Go to the source. I love ya. Good job. You went to the source. Then that would be touch base in next bullish cycle in future, say after 2 years. Yes. No. Absolutely. Look, any and every support resistance level that we establish right now, of course, will play its own role on our way passing through them. Of course. The real question is whether we are departing already or retesting. Currently, it appears to be that we're departing. Will we have any surprise in the following days? I'm not going to be surprised if there will be some, excuse to why the market may try and rally again. Maybe meet up, like I said, 5,000, 5,100, 52, but in no way that I see 5,400 at this stage. So, yeah, I'm sorry. That gap does not seem to be likely to be filled. It still can be. We're not completely out of the range. But I would give it, in my humble opinion, about 80% certainty that we're not going to close it until we truly hit the bottom and then correct back up. That's currently what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, or maybe until a very steep correct wave, which will result still with these levels being the higher level and not the lower level. But again, very unlikely. Very, very, very unlikely, as things stand. As things stand, it appears to be that we're far more likely to move to 4,818 prior to correcting back to 5,000. And when we will correct back to 5,000, we will then be able to debate whether there is a chance of hitting that 5,200. Okay? All buy socks. Okay, yeah, you can do that. You can do whatever you think, Bob. I wouldn't just not say all buy. You do what you think is right. SQQQ is falling good now. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Is it good though? You calling that good? You calling that good, buddy? How is that good? What are you talking about, Alexei? Where is good? I wish it was good. I would be buying more. I just bought 100 here today. I should have bought 200. You see what happened? I wish it was good. I wish. Alexei, that's normal. That's just normal volatility for the market. Come on. I would love if that would be falling. Please more so I can buy more. I don't want to screw up my average. What's going on with energy? Very low. I know it's very lagging. I was expecting energy to start picking up by now. Very good point right there by Lucas. Very good point. It's lagging very badly. One of the reasons why I'm not too worried about my plug position right now. It's definitely not having a blast because of this. Not the S&P. Like plug is not having a blast, right? But overall, I'll tell you that it is far more likely that energy will pick up. We will probably go over energy in the following sessions. I do need to run away within literal several minutes. I have a one-on-one session with my student. Remind you, boys and girls, the academy is currently full. I will be opening. There is one spot. One very particular spot at a very particular time that is available. I had somebody interested in it, but I don't think he's serious. It's just kind of faded into nothingness. On the Discord, in the following hours, I will be posting about where that time slot is, and those who are interested to filling in that slot, that is the only slot that will be available, right? Talk to me, a bit of a Q&A. If everything is fine, of course, we will be proceeding to signing you up, making a schedule for you, and all that beautiful stuff. One specific spot, it is currently available. I'll talk about it. I want to say the time right now. I will post about it in the Discord. Still seeing it touching 42, 43-ish. That's a very interesting question. That's actually a good question. I like that question. You know what? Let me try and go over this, although I should probably be going to the source, and it's going to be very unreliable what I'm about to say right now. Damn it. I wish I could tell you with confidence, but it's very problematic. I'm really not certain whether we're going to see 43 again. I think I may have confidence about 45 at the moment. 45 might be a range we'll see. 45, 44, but below, even 44, like even if we see 44, that's the high 44, 44.90, slipping from 45 lows, basically. Pardon me. I'm still recovering almost. I would say about 99% recovered, but still recovering. A little bit of a cough left over. I doubt we're gonna see 43. I wish we're gonna see 43. Please give me 40. Give me 40. Give me 40 again so I can buy more. I don't mind, please. In fact, screw that. Give me 39. How about them apples? Right? And you know what? If I wake up and I see 38, you know what I'm doing? Buying. You do you. This is not financial advice. You do you. You do as you see fit, whatever you think is right, whatever is good for your portfolio. Nobody will manage your money for you better than you will for yourself. Remember that. Palantir, damn, shit, Tine. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really, first of all, welcome to the community, and I wish I had the time to go over it right now, but damn it, I can't. I have a student meeting in literally 5 minutes, and I really want to be punctual, and I really dislike, being late and all that stuff. Tine, I would promise you in tomorrow's morning hangout, going over the market, we do a hangout in the market open for about 30 minutes, an hour, give or take. I will break down Palantir, and even if you need to, join in, of course, ask me questions. Or if you will not join, I'll be not doing it for my own self, so you have to join, and I'll break it down. I'll tell you what I see. Right now, I really have to run, but I'll tell you that Palantir pretty much follows the very same sentiment and narrative and game plan that the rest of the market does. And so right now, it appears to be that it's moving back downwards to what arguably can be... I am thinking probably the bottom of the channel, given that we're testing this, maybe retest back up. But overall, you're probably moving into the high 60s. So high 60s is your destination, at least short term. High 60s, short term, based upon negative momentum, which very much plays in line with the momentum of the market. So don't be surprised. It's kind of, they kind of work in tandem. Not in tandem as much as Palantir is just a little tiny boat inside this gigantic river that is called the market, the indices, right? The Nasdaq, S&P, and they all flow in a particular direction. And so this tiny little boat that is Palantir cannot do anything other than get carried away by the flow of the river, right? The direction of the flow. I'm sorry it's so short, but it is, sadly, it is what it is. It is going with the direction of the market. That's why we go over the analysis of the S&P so much in depth and give it so much attention, because what you will see in the rest of the market will be coupled and in tandem with the indices. With that in mind, boys and girls, those who again are not part of the community for whatever crazy reason and are missing out and are not part of the smart money, or not in the know, definitely join the Patreon. That will allow you to join the Discord. That's kind of the only way. The Discord is 100% private. Join in. You're going to be able to get, hang out with me, talk to me literally every single day, see a lot more in-depth analysis, ask questions, have a lot more time, and actually have an interactive session, not just you writing in a chat. We're talking back and forth. If we need, we can turn out, share screens like the same way we do here. And in fact, far more interactive, far cooler. Sometimes we talk about food, pets, cats, schmets, and most of the time we talk about markets. So it's a really great place if you really want to see a little bit of a tidbit. It kind of looks like this, where you'll always be informed whenever I go live, whenever I post some member exclusives, such as all sorts of fun things such as this. Urgent pre-market update, for example, that was purely for the members. Of course, they'll always get informed. Special videos, everyday lives, all of it. We have a special schedule for our members meetings and academy meetings. Of course, if you'll join, you'll be privy to these as well. Don't forget to follow all the instructions on the left click me, because that will be the first two channels you see. This is how you connect your accounts, right? Get access to the rest of the channels that you are currently seeing on the screen. Here are the members hanging out. This is where we hang out every day on the open forum. Hello Ellen, hello Leo, hello Sparrow, hello V. And there's an archive of the meetings, of course, although yesterday's meeting was not recorded for a good reason, but it will be recorded and we'll add it as well later. Stonky, you goddamn beautiful legend. Kisses and hugs. Testimonials of my students from the academy. Here is Stonky again, also a student of mine. We have Gary here, we have Polinka, we have Brad, which I miss a lot, Mama there, Leo there, close, so I should not reveal. And these are other members like Mircha, Alex, also all giving the reviews of the One-on-One Academy. Tech, Alex, Mircha, all legends in their own right. Of course, I post my positions and update. You can see I bought some more SQQs, a change from 1,000, 1,100. I should have gotten 200, my bad. I thought we will be revisiting that lower, and I kind of effed out on that. Charting 101, when I kind of bring up the members up to speed on the basics of charting and such. Must watch, all sorts of fun videos that I recommend for my members to watch and be up to speed, and all sorts of interesting gems. And of course, we converse to one another on a daily basis, discuss everything, help out each other, and all that beautiful stuff. Join in, and I am a freaking moron. I am a stupid moron who was not showing everything he was just talking about. Right? I know. So all of that stuff I was just describing is here. Right? That's the left click me, the welcome, the message board, the schedule, the YouTube alerts, the archive, the members, the main chat, the tickers, the options channel, by the way, dedicated for our members and our awesome admins who definitely are all into options. Testimonials, as I've mentioned. You can see all these beautiful testimonials that I was just talking about, and you didn't see my positions. Charting 101, must watch, the academy section where we have their own archive. Of course, memes. How can we do it without memes? The casual chat and all that beautiful stuff. Yeah. Of course, join us so you can participate and be in the know. That's it, boys and girls. See you all in the community on the Discord. That's how my members are fully informed. Yes, right, Johnny? I know. That's so fun when I'm a moron and I'm in a rush. I already have a student waiting for me, boys and girls. I have to run. I love you all. I'll see you on the next live. Okay? Bye for now.